Good evening, good morning, and good afternoon to everyone based on their different time zones. Welcome everyone to the webinar hosted and presented by Sunera Technologies. Suneratech is a platform-led full stack and multi-cloud leader. For the past 15 years, we have embarked on an unwavering mission of enabling businesses to realize its full potential with quality business solutions. We strive to accelerate digital transformation in organizations using our industry-leading solutions and progressive culture. With an overarching vision of simplifying cloud and accelerating innovation, we help Fortune 500 organizations to not only make cloud adoption faster, simpler, and cheaper, but also accelerate the transformation using our unique solutions. We are technology partners with AWS, Microsoft, SAP, Automation Anywhere, Azure, and Oracle. We have 300 plus customers across United States of America, Europe, and Asia. Sunera Technologies provides solutions, consulting advisors, and services for our clients, leveraging our cloud platforms in the areas such as data strategy implementation, automation, integration, data science, AML, and BI. We work as partners instead of just being mere IT service providers. We can move to the next slide. Next. Yeah, our CEO is Ravi Reddy and Global Head of Data Analytics is Naveed Kumar Gadda. And I, the speaker of this webinar, is Naren, has 15 years of experience in data solutions and leveraging data solutions and data governance to bring standards and processes to help our customers in their data journey. I would like to bring forth the well-informed topic, but maybe less utilized, or it may have remained as a dream for a few of the businesses, and that is data governance. I welcome everyone, and let's deep dive into the ocean of data governance. Next. In today's agenda, I will introduce the concept of data governance and discuss on the principles of data governance. We will discuss on significance of data governance in different industries such as telecom, energy, finance, and retail. Then we'll see how the data governance and data environment and business would affect due to lack of data governance. As part of it, we will discuss on data discovery and data profiling issues, data quality and data integrity issues, data privacy and data security issues, and data breaches. Then we will discuss on the different policies involved as part of data privacy, and we will go through benefits of having data governance, and then we'll move to Suneratech's differentiator in data governance implementation. We'll discuss about few case studies from our implementations, and finally, we'll move to Q&A session. So I welcome everyone for this webinar and their interest in gearing up to roll through the knowledge of data governance. This session will continue for 45 minutes. Due to large number of participants, request everyone to keep their mics on mute. We will, if you have any questions, you can post in the chat box. At the end of the session, we'll have a Q&A session. We can discuss about your questions and relevant answers. Next. So there are many viewpoints of data governance, but in simple words, data governance is everything that we do to ensure data is secure, private, accurate, available, and usable. To achieve this, principles of data governance such as accessibility, usability, integrity, and security should be well understood. Let's understand these four principles in detail. So accessibility is to make the data better at different levels of organization and enable sharing of data across different companies to foster data-driven scientific discovery and innovations across the private and public sectors globally, and play a vital role in solving societal challenges and achieve the sustainable development goals. Moving to the next principle, that is usability. So usability is to make the data structured, documented, and labeled, and enable easy search and retrieval, and is compatible with different tools and applications. Better data usage options supports technologies such as AI/ML, IoTs, and analytic applications to leverage data for innovation and decision making. The next is data integrity. The data integrity process actually ensures the accuracy, completeness, consistency, and validity of an organization's data. To ensure quality analytics for trustworthy data-driven decisions, organizations' data should be accurate, complete, consistent across all systems, and valid for the given time. This ensures quality analytics for trustworthy data-driven decisions. Data security is collection and implementation of different methods and processes to keep the data secure from falling in hands of malicious criminals. Effective handling of data security is very important for the organizations to avoid lawsuits and fines imposed by data privacy regulations. Next slide. So I'll move to this next section where I will discuss significance of data governance in telecom industry, energy, finance, and retail. In fact, our company has been focusing and providing services to customers in versatile sectors, that include healthcare, research, retail, telecom, energy and utilities, consumer services, public sector, education, finance, media, consumer packaged products, insurance, life sciences, internet service providers, transportation, and manufacturing. However, for this webinar, I have considered telecom, energy, finance, and retail for a brief discussion to understand the significance of data governance. In next slide. So the telecom companies generally generate enormous amount of data, which includes call detail data, network data, and customer data. The call detail data contains information about the numbers that were called from particular phone, the duration of the call, the date and time of the call, and the cell site information of the cell phones. So call detail record is a telecom's most valuable source of customer data. It is used in telecom's fundamental processes such as charging or settlement, billing, network efficiency, fraud detection, revenue assurance, churn reduction, value-added services, and business intelligence. So using call detail records, telecom subscribers find out how much a telecom subscriber has been using the overall phone. It is to find out how much subscriber usage is there, how many MBs of use is being used, how many SMS are sent, and what is the consumption frequency. So by analyzing these factors, this helps to companies to explore and package different plans for customers. And this in turn helps to increase the customer base and customer retention. The main challenge telecom industry regularly faces and always tries to keep a tab on it are subscriber fraud, superimposed fraud, customer churn, alarms to notify issues. For network service providers, the quality of services offered and efficiency of identifying fixing faults in telecom networks are the key criteria to become more competitive than other network providers and avoid reduce churn and attract new customers. Let's discuss about these challenges in brief. So that the subscription fraud occurs when a fraudster uses a stolen or a synthetic identity to obtain mobile devices and services with no intention to pay. As the wholesale and retail purchase costs of devices have increased over recent years, a gray market has been created and exploited by fraudsters, obtaining devices to resell for lucrative profits. The next kind of fraud is superimposed fraud, where is a case when fraudsters take over a legitimate account and legitimate customers face abnormal usage and abnormal charges. The next one is handling customer churn effectively. So this can be done, churn handling effectively can bring a lot of profits. In one of the cases, the company, by reducing the churn rate by 5%, has doubled the profits. So to achieve companies' growth goals, the key focus area should be continuously improved and challenges must be effectively handled. And this can be possible only if your data is free of quality issues and your systems have complete data. Businesses that are established quite long back and the companies are yet to be established but exploring options for their data strategy, and companies that are established but data governance is not made a vision and mission for their data strategy may not have good knowledge of data management and data governance. But this would lead to many reworks and many financial and revenue leakages if there is no proper data governance adapted in early stages. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. Moving to the next industry, It's energy. So energy is engine of economy for many developed countries such as US. As per US Energy Information and Administration, global energy demand to grow 47% by 2050, with oil at top source and renewables to make up 27% of 2050 global energy mix. Because of population and economic growth, especially in emerging market economies, the demand for energy is increasing globally. So along with this, the focus areas where energy sector focuses its growth and daily maintenance is balancing the supply, managing power injection across some consumption points, predicting blackouts, and regular maintenance of bills and corresponding payments. To meet the increasing demand in energy sector, the companies invest huge amount in exploring places on the earth to extract fuels. Much data is involved in making decisions and conclusions in each of these phases, such as explore, produce, refine, market, store, and transport. The historic data from research is used to identify whether materials, minerals, fossils obtained in a place must go through a set of rules to identify whether consumable fuel can be digging in the right place. To balance supply and demand of energy and power, effective planning of mining fuels, production, refining, marketing, storing, and transporting must be planned. And to handle this, the marketing and supply chain management data available in the system should be analyzed properly and thoroughly. And for proper analysis and planning, data issues should be zero. And this can be achieved by having proper data strategy and data governance in place. Let me quote an example to discuss on power outage and importance of continuous data management services and data governance. The famous and the largest power outage in United States history, the 2003 Northeast blackout, began with one power line in Ohio going offline and ended with more than 50 million people without power throughout the Northeast and the Canadian province of Ontario. So basically, the power outages or blockouts are predicted using certain variables, such as predicting the influence of weather conditions on the power grid, the impact of the near-term asset value on the power grid, detecting possible outages by smart meter events, detecting outages in the specific areas, real-time filtering of outage inputs, and recognition of outage type, confirmation of the outage and communication on this matter. So outage detection and prediction starts with the identification of right metrics and the right thresholds values for it. So every single outage event should be carefully analyzed to identify the root cause. For capturing such data and storing for analysis and research, a perfect business glossary, data dictionary, and good data strategy is must. Can we move to next slide? Coming to financial sector, banks store enormous data related to customers, daily financial transactions of customers, product performances, investments done by bank, loan transactions, loan performances, risk analysis data, and derives numerous KPIs out of the data to monitor performance of the bank in various areas. In India, around 41 million transactions happen per day. There were 39.6 billion combined purchases transactions in the US in 2019. Similarly, 1.06 billion credit cards are currently in use in US as on November 9, 2020. Banks process this much huge amount of data related to customers and investments or loan transactions and loan performances. And this all data has to be stored effectively in data storages. And for that, data governance, the quality of the data, precision of the data, accuracy of the data is very much important. Regular KPIs on which the sustenance and growth of banks depend are revenue KPIs, expense KPIs, operating profits KPIs, operating expenses as a percentage of assets, return on asset KPIs, return on equity KPIs, sales per branch, operating profit per employees, or total volume of accounts. These KPIs are expected to be derived accurately and monitored as they form key drivers for decision making. The financial institute's success is very much dependent on growth KPIs, and without a good data platform governed by data governance principles and methods, banks cannot achieve expected growth, and their failures may cause disaster to the business as well as country's economy. Can we move to the next slide? Coming to retail sector, as we know in this world, every individual is incredibly dependent on retail sector, from daily bread to highly profile lifestyle maintenance. So this generates enormous data from purchases done through online retail shops, different mobile applications, and physical shops. This data is used to gauge sales, improve market, understand customer behavior, and effectively handle supply chain management. By analyzing data of different divisions such as sales, market, and data related to customer behavior, retail businesses can come up with the prediction of their sales based on the customer behavior towards the products and purchasing of behavior of customers. Research and analysis of markets gives insights into market trends and help in making decisions about the launch of product and monitor its growth, maturity, and saturation, and strategize based on the state of the product lifecycle. And supply chain management is the most important operations domain, where near to accurate prediction of the demand and strategically planning and investing in supplies make the basis of effective usage of revenue and investment and helps in realizing better profits. The major challenge that retail sector faces and must be on top-notch observation is customer churn prediction and retention. So customer behavior depends on different factors such as market trends, product reviews, and how well it reaches to customers, and how well the product syncs with customer interests. A deep understanding of these features help retail businesses to predict which of the customers are more likely to churn, and it enables businesses to take action to mount its strategies to retain the customer. Again, here as the proper data strategy or the data governance, without a data governance and the proper foundation for data platform is the key to success for retail sector. Shall we move to next slide? So we have gone through a few of the KPIs and challenges that signify the sustainability and growth of the business in telecom, energy, finance, and retail sector. And we have also seen a glimpse of significance of data governance in these industries. Further, we will see how the absence of data governance can create hurdles in achieving business growth, hamper strategies to handle challenges, and can be very strong driver in causing unwelcome losses. This slide shows basic issues with data. This is a simple example of insurance, and the slide shows basic issues with data strategy and data platform. And so if we look into the figure 1, it shows that business is using Excel files to derive their KPIs, monitor their regular metrics, and this is usually found in premature businesses and businesses who want to use data for decisions but struggles to establish right data platform. Moving to next figure shows that the data is unaccounted. Most of the data is unaccounted, and it is not considered to create holistic view of the business. And figure 3 shows the data security issues caused due to intrusion of malicious criminal to steal the data. Figure 4 shows data silos that are specific to underwriting department. This usually happens because lack of common language between different departments within a business, and in turn data accumulated in a different departments and they do not talk to each other, and these causing lack of real business analytics to make decisions. Figure 5 shows different data privacy policies which give rights. The figure 5 actually shows the different fines that as part of GDPR has fined few of the companies, and 50 million the dollars is fined by France on Google during Jan 2019, and 99 million by UK on Marriott, and 150 million euros on PwC by Greece. So this is how the fines are. So the data privacy is a very important factor when data governance is considered and when data is used. So we will further look into these all issues. Can we move to next slide? So when data quality is not considered. So in nutshell, lack of proper data governance is lack of proper data storage capabilities, existence of data silos, and accounted data. And it is involving manual work. It involves a lot of manual work, which takes more time to consume data from sources and convert to Excels. Data quality issues get erased, and reports with wrong metrics for KPIs, lack of proper analytics platform, and data in wrong hands due to data security issues. Further, we will look into different areas of data governance and lack of different how it could be there with the lack of different areas in it. Can we move to next slide? So when data quality is not considered as priority, then it will result into poor business understanding, too much of data, poor customer relations, poor business decisions, inconsistent data, poor data recovery for analysis and reporting. And data integrity is having 4 sections, where entity integrity is the first one. Entity integrity is integrity between different entities. In tables, the primary keys should be well defined for the required fields. The table should have primary key data and it should not be null. And referential integrity refers to the foreign keys that should be present in tables to form integrity with another table to make the data more meaningful. For example, the customer table should be related with address table using customer ID in the address table and address ID in the customer table. In the database, all dimensions should follow referential integrity. All dimensions can be joined based on primary key and foreign key relationships. Domain integrity is defined as a set of suitable values that a column is permitted to enclose. Domain integrity encompasses rules and other processes restricting the format, type, and volume of data recorded in a database. It ensures that every column in a relation database is in a defined domain. The last one is user-defined integrity. So the user-defined integrity is business rules that must be considered and integrated into data integrity processes to meet enterprise standards. If user-defined integrity is not available, the business meaning of the model will not be available. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. So while data integrity and data quality focuses more on completeness, accuracy, and meaning of the data, on the other hand, data security is to secure the private and confidential data from malicious criminals or cyber attacks. It is to mainly secure the information about minors, health information, personal information collected by banks and financial institutes, and credit information. The data is secured from being stolen, secured from premature and unauthorized release, breach of confidentiality, physical security of devices on which data is stored and accessed. Can we move to next slide? Now, lack of data profiling and data discovery methods results in non-identification of business criticality and sensitive data. It becomes near to not possible to catalog business and critical data and classify it. Companies will not have complete understanding of data to derive new insights, and results poor business decisions. Also, not having data profiling issues results in lack of validation of sources and accuracy, and risks cannot be identified immediately. Can we move to the next slide? Yeah. Now, coming back to data security and data privacy issues, these are mainly caused because of data breaches. If data breaches are not handled effectively, we cannot secure the private data. So data breaches can occur due to an accidental insider, a malicious insider, due to lost or stolen devices, and due to malicious outside criminals. Now, during data breaches, the vulnerabilities targeted by cyber criminals are weak credentials or stolen credentials, compromised assets, payment card fraud, third-party access, mobile devices, PII data. Can we move to the next slide? So here, so ineffective handling of data breaches causes loss in revenue due to fines from regulators who impose data privacy laws. So average cost of data breaches in US in the year 2020 are presented here as per Statista. The data breach penalty costed around $9.44 million for United States. Similarly, it costed $7.46 million for Middle East, and it costed $4.85 million for Canada, and $5.05 million for UK, and $4.85 million for Germany, $4.57 million for Japan, and $4.35 million is the global average amount imposed by the privacy laws regulators. Can we move to next slide? Yeah, next. So these are different data privacy policies created by different countries to secure the data of their citizens. And the most famous ones are GDPR, HIPAA, CCPA, and the data privacy policy created in India is PDPB, that is India's Personal Data Protection Bill. Let's see further how these policies, what are the fines these policies impose. As part of these policies, what are the fines imposed on companies who mainly handle data, private data or personal data of customers? Can we move to the next slide? So GDPR is General Data Protection Regulation, which is very famous, and on lower level up to 8 million euros or 2% of worldwide annual revenue of the prior financial year, whichever is higher is imposed. On the higher level, up to 20 million euros or 4% of worldwide annual revenue of their prior financial year, whichever is higher is imposed. Coming to HIPAA, that is Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Fines, are below. So Tier 1 is the lack of knowledge falls under Tier 1 scenario, where minimum penalty would be $120 and maximum penalty would be $60,226. And it also has up to 1 year in jail. The reasonable causes fall under Tier 2. So the minimum penalty for this is $1,250 and maximum penalty is $60,226 and up to 5 years in jail term. Moving to the Tier 3 kind, where it is a willful neglect. So minimum penalty would be $12,045 and maximum penalty would be $60,226. And it involves a 10 years jail term. And Tier 4 is willful neglect, where it is not corrected within first 30 days of identification. The minimum penalty would be around $60,226, while the maximum penalty would be around $1.8 million. The next one is, can we move to next slide? The next one is CCPA, so California Consumer Privacy Act. They impose around 2,500 for normal violations, while $7,500 for intentional violations. And coming to India's Personal Data Protection Bill, it involves imprisonment up to 3 years or a monetary penalty of up to $440,000. The next one is Sarbanes-Oxley Act. So fines of up to $1 million and 10 years imprisonment for knowingly certifying financial reports are the ones that are is the fine that comes under this particular act. Can we move to the next slide? Now let's discuss a few of the benefits of data governance. The technical benefits are database and tables would be free of data quality issues once the data governance is in place. The accuracy data would be intact, the accuracy of the data. And data profiling and data discovery to derive insights will be available. Ease of adding new KPIs, supports new initiations, data initiations. The delay in daily data process would not be anymore. Reports which are generated would be accurate and reliable for making decisions. And the strategic benefits that we can see are like third-party management can be handled effectively. PI data consents, data rectification, erasure, and refusal process can be effectively handled. The breach response policy can be well crafted to avoid lawsuits and fines. And it improves the trust in data-driven decisions. Confident and trustworthy business decisions can be made, improves financial performance and companies' profits. Can we move to next slide? So the differentiator that we bring in consulting and implementing data governance program is we use simple methods to implement a very innovative solution, which costs very less. And the most important factor is we act as a partner with our clients and customers, where we provide advisors, where we share knowledge and implement the whole program in a partnership mode, just not so we just don't remain as a service providers, IT service providers. Next slide. So we'll discuss about a few case studies that we have implemented for our customers and clients. So this case study is from implementation of data governance for our manufacturing customer. So customer was facing challenges with siloed data in multiple systems, and their systems lacked centralized repository like data warehouse. Dimensional modeling principles and granularity are not consistent. There was a need for secure data layer with role-based access control. Inconsistent data producing accurate transactional in finance reports is taking more than 2 times, which actually started taking after implementation. So we executed a data governance program and implemented every data governance solution. The benefits that the customer have realized is in terms of data quality, it has enabled better integration and decision making with accurate data. And the data quality has increased from 80% to 97%, and 25% of faster data processing has increased to by 25%. Established 100% with compliance needs like GDPR and audit complaints. And the other business benefit that customer have realized is in terms of process improvements, where standardized processes with no ambiguity, and the data is highly expected, highly encrypted at row level and column level, which actually helps in keeping the data private and confidential. And data stewardship is installed in every phase of the program. Can we move to next slide? So this is another case study from the implementation. So the client is telecom client. The client had issues with data inconsistencies like null values issues, or date time format issues, or duplicate data. The cost burden due to penalties for non-compliance was there, and ETL jobs run more than 14 hours and is time consuming. Legacy code created maintenance issues, and challenges in tracking data patterns from data sources was there. So we implemented a data governance solution, and we used Colibra as data governance tool for the complete implementation. And the customer is benefited with the data lineage area, benefited in data quality area, data security area, and data ingestion area. So the data processing and loading has increased by 30%, and 22% of quality issues were brought down and to only 5%. Established 100%. Like we have established all the GDPR compliance privacy laws by encrypting the data. And there is an increase in ETL processing time and server load, which is from 150 to 50. Yeah, can we move to next slide? Yeah, so this is all about data governance, and the session is mainly to bring awareness in data governance issues, how the lack of data governance can cause issues to our businesses. Yeah, so I would like to have any questions. Let's go through some questions. I see that few of the questions are already posted in the chat box. Okay, the first one is what is Sarbanes-Oxley Act? Okay, so this act is actually created to help protect shareholders, employees, and public from accounting errors and fraudulent financial practices. Actually, so the legislation actually sought to improve reliability of public companies' financial reporting, as well as restore investor confidence in the wake of high-profile cases of corporate crime. And the main area that the act is focused is on increasing criminal punishment when it was implemented, and accounting regulations, and new protections and corporate responsibilities. Yeah, the one that is asked is how is the program implemented? So we'll get in touch with you, and we'll discuss about the implementation and the whole program. What are the roles and responsibilities of data governance program team? Yeah. So it is the main roles and responsibilities are overseeing entire data governance program development, architecting the complete solution and framework, administering the whole program, facilitating data governance meetings, and developing and delivering data governance program, educational awareness and mentoring materials. So providing quality assurance, like by oversighting or monitoring and reported results to governance council, and establishing, maintaining, and periodically reviewing and recommending changes to data governance policies, standards, guidelines, and procedures. And also it involves the team would be working towards assisting in defining data quality metrics, and also fixing those for the periodic releases, conducting audits to ensure the policies and procedures and metrics are in place for maintaining and improving. Yeah, I welcome any more attendees can ask questions. So you can mail us on info@suneratech.com for any data governance implementation or consulting or IT services. Yeah. And we thank you for your participation.